In a couple days, Samsung's going to be announcing their new Z Fold 6. Is it really new? Let's talk about it. So there's been new, and I would guess say final leaks on the Z Fold 7. And you can find those over on the Phone Arena website. I'll put a link down below in the description. So it starts off with touting the lightweight and slim design, or thin design. When you look at the Z Fold 5, you can see here it's thin, and this is actually a 6.1 millimeter in thickness. When you compare that to something like the Oneplus Open, you can see it is quite a bit thicker. A 6.1 versus a 5.8 in thickness. You can see the Oneplus Open is thinner. Well, the Z Fold 6 is going to be 5.6, so just a little bit thinner actually than the Oneplus Open. Maybe it will be noticeable between that and the OnePlus Open. Now, as far as the weight goes, the current Z Fold 5 is 253 grams. So the new Z Fold 6 is supposed to get down to 239 grams. So it's a little bit lighter, but you know what? The OnePlus Open is also 239 grams. So the Z Fold 6 may be the same weight as the OnePlus Open, but as far as size goes, you can see the OnePlus Open is still that much larger than the Z Fold 6, which I find interesting. A larger phone, larger internal and external screen, but still the same weight. Now, something they will promote on the Z Fold 6 is they're saying easy to summarize notes, and they're showing the pen. Well, yes, because you do have the S Pen, it does make note taking a little bit easier, I would say, on the Z Fold series phones, whether it is the Z Fold 5 or the Z Fold 6. But you know, there is a pen available for the OnePlus Open if you wish to buy it. Regardless, glamorizing that with the Z Fold 6, don't fall for it, because you can do all that same stuff with the Z Fold 5 or even the 4. And then they'll be talking about the pocket size interpreter with 2 screens. Well, as we know, the Pixel Fold was the first one to advertise that or show that ability, being able to use 2 screens, making it easier to communicate. Well, that feature is already available. So that's, again, nothing really new. And another thing they're promoting in this link information is the Circle to Search. Well, Circle to Search, as we know, it's well known. It's out there on so many different devices. So that won't be anything unique to the Z Fold 6. Now, the Z Fold 6, they will be promoting a brighter screen, which is a 2600 nits versus a 1600 nits on the Z Fold 5. However, that, of course, we know is not the brightest screen, because the OnePlus Open has a 2800 nits screen. And for this reason, and I think the others, Phone Arena is calling the Z Fold 6 a second tier foldable. Now, they will be telling us the Z Fold 6 is a faster processor, more powerful processor than the GPU and CPU, but they're both averaging only 19% improvement, which in my experience is not really noticeable. I have the S Series 24 phones, which actually have the Snapdragon 3 series in them, and I don't see any difference between that and my Snapdragon 2 series phones. Like I have the 8 Gen 2 in the OnePlus Open and the Z Fold. I'm not seeing much difference there in performance. Now, there is an external display size difference, but it's very minute. And matter of fact, even a smaller profile hinge, making it appear a little bit larger than the Z Fold 5, as you can see here in these images. So is it really something new? Well, maybe the look being a little more squared off. Okay, give them that. No real changes in battery. They don't even mention battery in this article because there's no change. So I don't think you're getting any better battery performance on the Z Fold 6. And then lastly, the cameras. The cameras, we're finding out, are not changing at all. If you want to see a camera comparison, look at my last video. I think I cover it pretty well. You're not going to see any difference in the Z Fold 6. And the rumor of them putting the S24 Ultra 200 megapixel camera in the Z Fold 6 has been squashed now with this leak on the actual specs. Now, be ready for them to really push more AI assisted photos. In other words, in Zoom, they're going to have some AI assistance, or in processing, giving more clarity and brilliance. But you know, that's all AI, and that could be done on any of these devices. And maybe they'll talk about the new design being more robust and durable, which is probably true with the more compact hinge. It'll be a little more compact and probably even a little bit stronger. And one last thing spec-wise to keep in mind, the Z Fold 6 is going to come out with 12 gigs of RAM. And as we know, Google has proved it and shared with us that RAM makes a difference when it comes to AI. AI uses an awful lot of RAM, so the more RAM, the better. And the OnePlus Open and other competitors come with 16 gigs of RAM. And the OnePlus Open comes with a base 512 gigabytes of storage, where the Z Fold 6 is going to come out with 256, paying the same price as a new OnePlus Open. So with all those things combined, would it actually be worth upgrading to the Z Fold 6? In my view, not at all. And is it worth, if you're getting into the foldable market, should you get the Z Fold 6? I say no. There's not enough difference between that and the Z Fold 5, which you can probably get now at half the cost. Even the OnePlus Open, you can get at half the cost of the Z Fold 6. So for me, unless something totally surprising and comes out with the Z Fold 6, there is no reason for me to upgrade or trade in this for Z Fold 6. Why should I pay an additional $800 or $1,000 for a phone that really didn't change? So that's it for me. I hope you got something out of this video. I hope I answered maybe some questions for you or gave you something to think about. If I did, make sure you leave a comment down below and let me know if you're planning on going for something else. Like I'm waiting on that Pixel Fold 2 to come out. I think it's going to be the phone to get. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments. And of course, while you're down there, smash that like button because it really does help out the channel. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any further content from the channel. If you've never watched a new device reveal or event, you've got to try it. This one's coming up in a couple days. So thanks for hanging out with me, and until next time, God bless.